Should emergency contact lists be used? No, okay, this is actually an excuse for me to tell a true story. It happened to me back in the mid-1980s because, okay, I'm old. Now, I was the IT director for one of the larger municipalities in Northeast Ohio, which also happened to be the town where I grew up in. You know, let's be honest here, this was before the IBM PC. Ask your grandmother. The city had a couple of reasonably large mini computers, think half a dozen full-size refrigerators side by side. Everything else was basically dumb terminals throughout the city, and there was no internet, no web, no email, no integrated 911. Oh, but we did have climate control, including dedicated air conditioners, sensors for heat, water, smoke, fire, and gerbils. I'm lying about one of those, by the way, but which one? This job was actually my first real experience in IT management. It was also my first experience with disaster recovery planning because business continuity didn't exist yet. And one of the results of our planning was to create an emergency contact list. Now, we had alarms for the sensors to go to my office and to the police department, which made sense since they were operational 24/7. And we made sure that they had an emergency contact list with everybody's name and home numbers. No mobile phones here, and the 4 to 5 folks in the IT department, plus a couple of other folks who knew what to do. So they had phone numbers to call when the alarms looked and sounded like instructions to call regardless of day or time. Over a 6-month period, we did have a few instances where there was a failure of the air conditioning. This was actually a new City Hall building, and we were still working some of the bugs out of the building's infrastructure. And who did the police department call? Well, the folks in the PD would always lose the contact list. You know, we tried posting it, laminating it, multiple copies, no, we didn't do the tattoos. But the alert did go off, but they didn't know who to call, but they knew my name. So they looked in the phone book and found my dad. I'm a junior, by the way. So they'd call my parents, who would answer the call? My mom. Yep, my mom would actually receive the call, and of course, in at least one instance, we're talking about 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning, and politely direct the caller to my and the correct number. So what's my point here? It's great to create processes and procedures to be used in an emergency, documents that identify processes to be followed, resources to be involved, numbers to call, emails, phones, whatever. But if you don't make sure your people use them, you may end up calling my mom. If you have questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Check out our other videos answering commonly asked questions. Oh, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon, be notified when we post our new videos. Yes!